Hi all, welcome back. It's Fleur from Fleurs by Design. This month, our Friday inspiration is last minute Christmas gifts, and I am a professional at doing last minute Christmas gifts because I do them every year. And usually I'm always getting a gift card or something store-bought in the end, even though I have these big plans to do all this handcrafted stuff for people. It just never seems to happen. So today I'm going to show you a couple of ideas for really quick gift ideas that will turn a store-bought something or other into maybe something a little bit more special just by decorating it, and making it personal for the person that you're giving it to. So I went to Starbucks and they had these really cute cookies. One is a sugar cookie snowman and the other one is a gingerbread reindeer. So I thought they were perfect, and yes, they're store-bought. I could have spent the time to make cookies, but I ran out of time. So what I'm going to do, I always keep on hand bags. So I usually get the craft color ones because they're the easiest, or the white, but I always keep them on hand because they're perfect just to throw little gifts in and decorate the bags really quickly. So I'm just going to use these, and I'm going to decorate the bags to put the cookies inside. I'm going to move those cookies up there so you can still see them, and they smell really good, by the way. My kids almost ate them, but luckily they didn't. So what I'm going to do is use the crepe paper Christmas collection that I have, and it comes with some great die cuts, so I could just add something like this on here. It comes with a cut apart sheet that has tags, so that you could use those. It's also just got some awesome fun gold embellishments. And what I normally do when I'm making gift tags or something like that is I take out the ones that I don't think I would end up using in my scrapbooking. So for example, Meet Me Under the Mistletoe, may not. It's not really appropriate for these cookies, but I don't think I would use that on a scrapbook layout. So if I was giving something to my hubby, then I could add that there. These are going to be for my son's voice instructor and his dance instructor. So I'm going to make them for them. And they have these awesome gold, look at those, so pretty. The snowflake, ho ho ho. Ice skate rental. I actually might keep that one because we're going ice skating on Sunday. So even though we don't normally do that, it's something that we're doing this year. So I might use it. So for example, this one, I might use this snowman one. We may not get snow, so I don't know if I'll be using that, but I think that would be perfect for the snowman one. And I'm just going to see if there's anything kind of reindeerish. Nope, not in here. So the other thing that I was thinking I could use, which I bought, same collection, were these great white snowflakes. And then you could just put something, on the top of it. But I'm going to also cut up some pattern paper. I have this one here, which is already like a craft color, and then it's got a white snowflake pattern. So I think that one will work really well for the snowman. I might add that to it, and maybe for the snowman I can add one of these cute little things. So I'm going to start with the snowman one first, just because I think that is a good idea. And the snowman does have a little bit of green in him, so what I might do is look through my paper, see if there's any paper that has like a green in it. So for example, there's this one, so we could add that one behind it just to give it some color, a pop of color. There's also this one, which has the pictures of the houses on it. So we could use that one as well. That one's got also kind of like that mint green color with pink and green houses. So we could also use that one underneath. And I think there's one more that has some kind of greenish color, which is the plaid. This one here. So I could also use that. And I think I might use the plaid just because I think it goes the best with this. So let's use that. And you can see I was making confetti with these. So that's what that is at the top. So what I'm going to do is cut these two pieces of paper just so they fit on the outside of this bag. This one, and then I'll cut this one a little bit smaller. And then I'll come back, show you how that looks, and we'll finish decorating the front. Okay, so there's bag number 1 done. I decorated the front with the pattern paper. I added the medallion, and I found this little Christmas tree in my stash, and I decided to add it to the front to bring in more green. I found 2 little puffy stickers that are the same color on my sticker sheet. And then I also have the sentiment sheet, which comes with this collection, which has these awesome just Merry Christmas, wishing a Merry Christmas holiday wishes in red, white, and gold. So I added the wishing you a Merry Christmas along the top, a little white clip with a little pom-pom snowball on there. So that's bag number 1 done with the snowman inside. It's the perfect size. Next I'm going to decorate a bag for the little cute little reindeer. For that one, I think I'm going to go with Pinky Pinks. The person that I'm giving that one to is kind of a girly girl and loves when I do girly girl stuff. So I think I'm going to see what I have in pinks. I know there's a little reindeer in this collection. I think this is also on the chipboard sheet, so I'm going to look for that or on a sticker or something, and maybe use that with some pinks. So let me go find, if I can find that, and I'll be back to show you how I work on this one. So for this one, I found one that has some pink on it. This is the Christmas trees on the back. I like the trees as well, but the tag gets lost on the Christmas trees. So I'm going to use the pink. And then I just decided to go with, this is the back of the great red and black check. I love it, but I'm going to use the back for this one because I just want it to be kind of pink and girly. So we're going to stick with the pinks. So I'm just going to cut that down to size, starting with the cream color one first. So again, what I did with the last one, because I knew it was going to have a cookie in it, is I folded this top part down first because I know it's going to have to fold to hold the cookie in there, because you don't want to have paper there. So, and then basically I just use that to measure eyeball how much I would need. So that's all I do when I'm especially working fast, trying to get caught up on making some gifts for people. So I just eyeball it. I'm not going to have it cover the whole thing, so then I go a little bit shorter than the bag when I'm cutting it, and then same thing this way. I'm just going to hold the bag up to it, and again, I'm probably not going to cut it the whole width of the bag, so I'm going to go a little bit shorter and cut it there. So, and then I use this as my template for the next one. So that's the first layer, and then I use that as my template for the second layer, because the second layer just needs to be a little bit smaller. I'm going to just trim off this little piece at the bottom here that I was doing some confetti. So I think I'll do it that way, having these diamonds go the long way, so we'll do it that way. So again, I'm just going to cut it just a titch, I don't know if that's a word, but I remember somebody used to say that to me all the time, titch, just a titch smaller, not bigger, smaller. So we want to go to about right there. And then, like I said, I'm an eyeballer. It doesn't have to be perfect. So for me, this is the easy way to do it, to get it to be done faster. You can, if you're not an eyeballer and you like to have it perfect, then I would just measure the bag, and which we have here. Just measure it and determine what you need for the paper. So there's my first layer, and then I'm going to add the little tag, and I'm going to add another one of the snowflakes. Let's cut that out. So what I might do on this one is maybe add one of these cute pink buttons to the center. There we go. So that's pretty much how that one's going to get laid out. And again, I'm probably going to use the same kind of idea I did with the last one. So I'm going to find a white or gold paper clip, or pink if I have one, and then put one of the sentiments from that sheet along the top, just to kind of say Merry Christmas or whatever your sentiment you want to be. It does have Happy Holidays on there, but I'm going to use the same one, wishing you a Merry Christmas. So I'm just going to put that along the top for when it's closed. And then I am going to look to see if I have any pink, which I think I do, but it might be a little bit too bright. I always buy colored paper clips when I see them. So I do have a pink one. We'll use that. And let's see, what else do I need to do? So I added that. I just need to find a little, maybe, I think I might just add another little white pom-pom. These I just got at the craft store, probably Michael's. But you can see I'm only using the white ones out of it, not the gold and the red ones, although you never know, I might use those. So I'm just going to attach this to the top of the paper clip like I did the last one, and that'll be done for that one. So I'll show you how it looks when it's all finished. So there's my 2 cookie bags done. You know, I could have just given them in a plain paper bag, but at least by decorating them, you're personalizing them a little bit. Even though it's a store-bought gift, the cookies are really cute. And I know that they're going to love just the thought, because really at Christmas, it's just the thought. So gift number 1 and 2 done. The next gift I usually make at Christmas is ornaments. I usually buy the clear plastic ornaments, and then I also use old ribbon spools, and I make Christmas ornaments for people. And usually the Christmas ornaments are more for family. Sometimes I'll put a picture of the kids in there. So I'm going to be back to show you how to do a couple of different kind of ornaments really quickly. So for the first ornament, I decided to make it a shaker style ornament, like what's really popular in scrapbooking right now, which basically is just these little pockets that have all these little goodies in it. So in here I've added, I just used my hole punch and cut out different pattern papers, and then I also added in some of this Recollections chunky glitter, which gives it that nice shine. I added in some sequins. There's some white, some clear sequins in there, and then I found this cute little sticker on the puffy sticker book that I probably wouldn't use in my layout, so I'm going to add that there, and I'm going to finish it off by adding a little tag. So I'm going to take one of these little tags. Let's use the Merry Christmas one. So I'm just going to cut that out, this one right here. It's got this nice gold foil on it, and I'm just going to wrap some twine around the top. So I have some cream and gold twine right here. I think I'll use that one. Just trim off the end so it looks nicer. Let's try the other end. Yeah, that one looks a bit better, so I'll just trim off a little bit. And I use my Sukwang tape for this as well. I use my Sukwang tape for pretty much everything, as long as I can find it. So I have this size out right now. It's a little too thick, but it'll have to do. Last minute, let's just get her done, right? So I am going to wrap that around the silver top for the ornament, and then I'm just going to take some, this is like a beige with a gold kind of thread running through it for this one. So I'm just going to wrap it around so it covers up that, like that. And then I'm also going to use this, so let's just make sure that sticks. Just want to make sure it's sticking. And if you have to tuck it in, I usually just put another little glue dot or something right there to tuck it in the end. But I'm also going to use this to add something to the top. So just enough to make like a little loop, and I'm going to add this to the top. Since this is a gift, I wanted to add a little tag, just saying, you know, Merry Christmas. So we'll take that little piece, and we're just going to tie that little tag on. So that is the first one done. And like I said, you can do these kind of ornaments. You can really do anything inside of these clear balls. I've curled pattern paper and put them in there. I've used acrylic ink on them, which changes them color. It's great for the plastic. You can use, just fill it through with glitter. The only thing you gotta be careful with is glitter. If it opens, it could get everywhere, which the person might not be too thrilled about. There is a little bit of glitter in this one, but I'm probably, since this is a gift, gonna hot glue gun this closed. So there we go. So I have my first little ornament gift for somebody. This usually goes as a present topper to someone in the family, and I just make different ones for everybody. That's the first one. The second one I'm going to show you how to make really quickly is using an old ribbon spool. So I'll be back to show you how that looks. Okay, so I keep all my old ribbon spools. So this is one from Michael's, Celebrate It from last Christmas. It's just a plain old ribbon spool. They come in different sizes depending on how big the ribbon is. And I use them to make ornaments. So the first thing I do is just trace the spool onto whatever pattern paper that you want and cut it out. So I decided to use this black and red check, which is really popular this year. I think it's called Buffalo check. So I'm going to use that. And I looked through my stash and tried to look for any kind of round embellishment. So I found that Jingle Jingle, which is kind of cute. I actually might have somebody in mind that I could use the Jingle Jingle for. A friend of ours puts on a show called Jingle, so this would be kind of fun, and it's masculine. He's a guy. So the other one I could use is the Fa La 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 La, which is the ornament, but it does have that kind of top on there. So I think I'm going to use the Jingle Jingle. And what I'm going to do first is just glue all that down onto the spool. And then what I usually do is wrap some sort of ribbon or twine around the spool, and then just make a little hook out of it. So I'm just going to use my sequin tape and go around this whole outside here. I do it this way just because I don't know if you know, but trying to put straight things on curved edges doesn't always work very well. So I just cut it into little pieces and do it that way. It works easier. It takes a bit longer, but then I know all my edges will be good, and it's not going to pop off, because that would be terrible to give somebody a gift that fell apart. So I always use my sequin, and no, I'm not getting paid for this, but it's just my go-to tape for pretty much everything that I do that's crafty. So yeah, you're just going to put this onto the ribbon spool. I've done really small ones all the way up, like American Crafts has the perfect size ones. Those little American Craft ribbon spools that you get are perfect for this project. So you're just going to put that on there. And then I'm going to also attach this Jingle Jingle. This one I don't need to worry about so much going edge to edge. And then I'm just going to find some twine or some ribbon or something that can go around the outside. So we're going to put that there. Okay, and then what I usually do is just go back with my scissors, if I can find them. They always disappear on me, those scissors. And just kind of trim up anything that looks like it needs a bit of a trim. You just want it to follow the curve of the ribbon spool, so sometimes you might have to trim off a little bit extra just to make it look perfect. Okay. So I'm just going to trim that. There we go. And then what I usually do is find some spool. I think I'm going to use, I got this one at Target over Halloween. It's black and white, so it's kind of perfect. And then all I do is put some sticky tape, and you just want to cover, just put enough to cover this inside up. So I'm just going to wrap it till the brown is covered up with the twine. And voila. Oh, it's getting mixed in with the other one. Uh-oh, it's all tied up. I don't know how that happened. Okay, so yeah, I'm just going to make sure that the brown is all covered. And once I have most of it covered, I am going to, I got one more little spot there, perfect. So once that's all covered, what I do is make a little loop like this and glue it down. And you want to make it, if you have words on your project, you want to make it so that the top of the loop is going to be at the top of your words there. Okay, so you're going to make a little loop. And then keep going a couple more times around. And then cut it off. And then what I usually do to finish it is just add another glue dot or just a little piece of tape right at the end and tuck it into the side where you can't see it. I don't know if you can see in there to see what I'm doing, but I'm just putting a little piece of that sequin tape in there. Just got to peel off the other end. And then what I do is just tuck, so it's on the thread, and then I just tuck it, if I can get it off. Sometimes that sequin tape can be pretty tricky to get the other half off. There we go. And then I just kind of tuck it, so you're just going to hide it underneath there. Okay, so I have added my little loop. That's what's going to hold it up. And then I am also going to because it says jingle jingle, I am going to add some jingles. So I think probably gold would be better. So I have gold and silver and pink and blue. Actually, I kind of like the silver, so let's go silver. So I'm just going to take another piece of this. This is what I'm gonna add a little tag to this one as well. And the jingle bell. So just thread it through the jingle bell. Sometimes these jingle bells don't have a very big thread. And I think I'll use the Happy Holidays because it's red. So the other thing that you can add, which I've done before on the inside, is washi tape. So I do have some black and red washi tape that I could have decorated the inside with. I'm going to also cut a piece to go on the back, so I'll just trace another piece onto the black and red and put that on the back. And then we're going to add our jingle bell along with our little tag. Trim off the top, trim off. And this gives me a spot to write the person's name too. So we're gonna make a hole in that and add that to our thread. And then that will get added to our thread there. Maybe a little bow. I think bows are one of the things I struggle with the most. I don't know about you guys, but I cannot make good bows to save my life. So it's going to be an awful looking bow, but there you go. So there we go. So I have my really quick, didn't take me long at all, little ornament. It's recycled. If you have somebody who's a recycler who likes to, you know, take care of our planet, then something like this is perfect.